All right, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
What's your
meet.
name? Sai?
Yeah, my name is Sai Chura.
Awesome. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
India. Nice. What's the time out there right now? Is it like the middle of the day?
No, it's morning. It's 9:48 a.m.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So y'all are 8 hours ahead of us then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, firstly, I want to thank you for giving your valuable time to me and accepting to talk with me.
Mm, no
So,
doubt.
yeah. So, I want to introduce you to my audience.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Derek Pash. I've written a few books called Homeless in College. I've written a book called The Seed and Succeed, which I actually took down. I'm gonna put it under another name. I'm probably gonna do that with all my books and make them all under a new name and all that. So I'm gonna take Derek Pash down and go from there. So
So, your books are about,
what are my books about?
yeah.
Uh, Homeless in College was about what I went through when I was homeless coming out of high school. I talk about what I learned, what I did to change my mindset, how I grew as a person to overcome those low standards. The Seed and Succeed was kind of based off that too. It was about me, still growing as a person so I could achieve my goals because, when you're homeless in college and you have nothing and you're just, you're at the bottom in general, especially in America, it can be kind of hard because it's not the money that's the problem. It's the mindset that it's like it drags you down. You almost feel like that there is no opportunity when even if there is an opportunity that hits you in the face, you're not going to know it's there because your mindset's wrong. So
So, it is completely your psychology.
do what?
So, it is completely your mindset and your psychology. Your book is about.
Yeah, I've read a lot of books, like David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. I've read a lot of books with their mindset in it too. So it's not my mindset because obviously I had to learn it from somebody else. So I would think it's just a culmination and an organization of maybe some Ty Lopez. I've listened to him back in 2016 a lot, and he was kind of what got me to write the book. So yeah, there's a bunch of different guys.
Okay. So, what are the things that you have faced in your life?
Did I have what?
What are the things that you have faced in your life?
Oh, that I faced. Um, and there's a lot. Obviously everybody goes through a certain set of obstacles, but growing up, my my family had a pretty tough childhood. My mom was an alcoholic. My mom and dad, there was constant confrontation with him from their split up, and we were always in the middle. So we had to go through that, and then as far as my adulthood, I always had that like lack of confidence. So no matter what I did, and no matter how good something was going, I always felt like in my mind like everything is wrong. So it kind of, I don't know, maybe that's just kind of how I felt in my childhood too, because I was like nothing's ever good, So I could have a really great day, but or a really great week, or do something really well. Like I could be number one, or I can get all A's for a semester. And I was like, this is amazing. It's, I'm making achievements, but it was still like, I felt like I was kind of in a prison, like a mental prison. So um, I had to take myself out of that. That was the biggest thing was the mindset, that I'd carried on from childhood until that. So then when something bad happened, and um, I did face an obstacle. It hit me like 100 times worse because I was like, oh, I'm worthless. I thought I wasn't good enough. So
how you used to manage the bad things that you're facing?
Now it's different, man. Now I'm really just I don't let things get to me. Like even I mean I do, I mean to a certain point, but I mean I've learned how to manage it because I've seen so many ups and downs that you know it's just learning how to handle it, and really just being positive. You got to focus your mindset on the right energy, and you can't just give your attention to anything. You have to be very detailed and say, this is what I want, and no matter what. So when you go with a purpose, it makes life go a lot smoother, even when you're having the rough patches. So, let's say you're like, I want to be a New York Times bestseller, and you get rejected 100 times. If you're willing to handle 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever, how many rejections it is, you're not going to give up. And even at the hard times, you're going to keep pushing.
So what are the things that makes you to drive yourself?
Just tired and fed up. Whenever you're tired of getting your ass kicked, you get up and you start fighting back. And that's what it just I was tired because I was like I expected myself to do better, and I had higher expectations for myself, and I got tired of living to the expectations that other people were giving me that weren't very high standards. And whenever I did fail, they were like, "Oh, it's okay. At least you tried." Or, whatever. And it just got to the point where it's like, I gotta do what's best, what I feel is best, and set, even if the bar and the expectation is way too high, that's fine. I'll deal with it, and it's just, it is just personal philosophy. It's just what I wanted out of life, and I wanted better for myself and my family.
What is the thing that you believe about the life? Why you are existing and why you are doing all these things?
That's a good question. It's really, probably the best question. I ask myself this every day. I don't know if I don't know. Are y'all Christian over there? Or are y'all?
No, I'm not Christian. I'm Hindu.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So well, for me, man, people have been around for 7,000 years, and religion has been around for how many years it's been? I don't know, but I mean, it's kind of weird to think about it because it's like we're only here for less than like 1% of the whole time that people have been on Earth. So it's so weird because we don't really get that much time on Earth. So 99.9% of things that I do or I say really don't matter. I mean, in the long term. So I already know like getting rich and doing all these other things, and really, I mean, it's not good enough to be a good person. I mean, you obviously need to. I think having a relationship with God is a good thing because, I don't know. Do y'all have a Bible too? Do y'all read out of the Bible, or is it kind of the same as the Christian Bible, or is it
Yeah,
completely different?
yeah. And
It's the
I
same.
know something. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, almost
Yeah.
same.
So I mean, all these religions, like they're all separated, but the Bible's all saying the same thing. The Bible's all definitely saying if everybody has the same Bible to a certain point, and it's really like it doesn't really matter what religion it is. If you gotta have that relationship. And because if you think about it, there's more going on that we can't see that's invisible. Like you can't see the oxygen, but you can breathe it. Like COVID. They're like, oh, if I can't see it, I can't believe it. With the whole gospel, because some atheists are like that. If I can't see it, I don't believe it. But there's so much going on that we can't see because I can't see your thoughts, but you can see them in your head. So obviously there's a whole invisible world going on, and we're just in the physical realm. So you have to really like feed yourself spiritually so you have that right energy, because it's kind of scary to think about it. It's like, you know, what's really going on? Because you can never, like if you meet somebody like Ted Bundy, man, uh, he was a pretty charming guy. Nobody would have ever thought that he was a serial killer. But if you could have seen the invisible and you could have seen his thoughts and his intentions, then those things would have been solved. So humans were powerful as far as our mindset goes, but there's a lot of things that we can't see and that we can't predict, like as far as natural disasters and stuff like that that are going to happen in the future. When it rains and all that. So yeah, I mean, as far as the time that goes, it's crazy. There's just 107 billion people that have lived on Earth. As far as right now, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like as far as human beings, man, we don't really. I can't even wrap my head around that. It's just crazy to think.
So, what do you say about this phenomenon? Like transferring information through the books, sharing the experience that we had through our books. What do you say about this?
Like Amazon and stuff, and like you're talking about like the books and
Yeah, books and
just
telling our experience and our thoughts and our feelings to other people who don't know us.
yeah. I mean, it's been a blessing and a curse. I mean, social media, the internet. I mean, there's so much good that comes out of it, but um, obviously a lot of people are addicted to it, and so there's probably. If I say that, I don't know how many years it's gonna be in advance, but eventually it's gonna come out to the point where people are having to go and they're gonna have to get help because they have a lack of self control for social media and stuff like that. But as far as books go, it's kind of crazy because anybody can publish a book, but not anybody is willing to put in the work to be a New York Times bestseller or to be able to make their book worth reading. Because most people they write and it's really hard to write well and to write to where people want to read it. So, and even if the message people have everybody has a message. And I don't know, it's just weird. Like I said, most of the time, if you write a book, nobody's going to listen to it. Nobody's going to read it. Nobody's going to listen to that audio book. Because for the most part, most of us, we're just nobodies, and that's what we feel like. I mean, we're not nobody, but as far as like the social media, unless you have like 1 million followers or whatever it is, I mean, it almost feels like you're a nobody. But, if you do have a message and, it's positive and people listen, then, you got an audience.
So, do you have anything to say to the people who watch this video from anywhere on this planet?
Do I have anything to say to them about what?
Anything that you wanted to send a message or tell anything to the people who watches this video from anywhere on this world?
Um, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just to say anything in general. I mean, my name is Derek. Hope you liked the video. I mean, obviously, I don't know how many people usually watch your videos? A couple hundred, couple
I
thousand.
have right now a lot of people watch it, maybe more than 1,000 from in different
Oh,
platforms.
nice, nice. Well, I mean, if you're wanting to write a book or you're wanting to find success, because I'm guessing that's what this was about, right? Typically about success. Yeah, I mean, if you want to find success, man, you're gonna have to go against the grain. What everybody says. I just did a video with a guy named Christopher Kai, and he's interviewed Elon Musk. Right? I think he's friends with Ty Lopez, something like that. It was like a 10-minute interview, but two. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys that are at the top, there's a reason why, because they weren't afraid and they didn't let fear stop them. So, if you're worried about what people are going to say, um, you know, when if you're trying, because obviously you got what 7,000-8,000 people following you, so you already know that it's not easy to get those followers and to get that attention. But once you do, keep pushing. So life is hard. Just don't give up.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time and
Yeah.
telling about some
Hey,
things. Yeah.
hey, thanks
Can
a
I
lot.
can I can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, man.
Yeah, Thank you, Derek. Keep going.
Hey, thanks, man. Be safe.
Yeah.